Hello friends, welcome back. Today I'm interviewing a friend who I actually have no idea how to describe her role, so I'm just gonna let her do it. I'm about to call her, and this is not a role in accounting. It's definitely something different, which I think is super important in learning about to branch out your options and not limit yourself. And obviously, if you don't know about it, you're never gonna search for it. So I'm just gonna call her, and then let's see what we can learn from this informational interview. Hello, how you doing? The first question is brief intro, like what's your job title and what do you do?
Yeah, so I work in tech sales for a tech company. Very brief.
Okay, yeah.
Is that too brief, or should I say my role?
Yeah, like can you expand a little bit? Like what's the job title? Like if people are searching for, like, for instance, for me, it'll be like tech risk consultant, right? But so is there like a standardized title in that industry, or is it depends on the firm?
Okay, yeah. So I work as a client partner for a tech company, and I work in sales.
Do you learn most of the skills on the job, or are there skills from school that you can carry over?
It's a lot of soft skills, talking with people, communications. You can definitely pick the skills up when you're on the job, but it's great coming into the role with some background knowledge on, how to negotiate, how to talk with people, and how to essentially communicate all of the information and simplify technical information down to bite-sized pieces that people can digest easily.
So are there any qualifications like majors or, certifications that are needed or helpful in your job?
My job, I think, has a pretty low entry point. Anyone can switch from any sector into my job. For backgrounds, I would suggest anything in business. But truth be told, any of my colleagues came from a lot of different majors, from poli-science political science to STEM majors to business degrees. It's really a role that can be open to anybody.
That's awesome. And I think you previously mentioned that negotiation is a pretty big part of this job. So are there any other skills that are most needed for this job?
Yeah, I think this role is all about speaking with people and getting to what they need. So a lot of it is being empathetic, being hands-on, and, talking with someone and just getting to know exactly what they're looking for their business and not being overly pushy and salesy. It's more about relating to people and their problems. So then you can help them and provide a solution to what they're looking for.
So when it comes to sales, like I don't know how much you can talk about this, but what kind of things are you selling?
I used to work in ad sales, so I did advertisement, and now I work in product sales. So that is selling certain types of different products. I work with images, videos, and productions. So with all of these, they're enterprise level agreements with Fortune 500 companies. And it just depends on the type of company you're working for. Then you know what the offering is for.
Moving up the chain or whatever, how is that prospect? How you evaluate it? And is it easy to move up? Like what's the path?
Yes. So for sales, it's very based on your performance, but it's not really based on how many years you're in the industry. It's kind of an overall catching role. Like, for example, if you're a software engineer, you are just a software engineer. That's kind of how my role is with the client partner position. You're in sales and you would work your way up to working with bigger accounts, bigger budgets.
Gotcha.
But you are with the client partner role title all the way up until you become a manager level. So with that, there are sales support roles that are underneath me that work with me on my team, but a client partner role is pretty up in flux. You could be on the lower level accounts with small to medium sized businesses, or you can be on an enterprise team with larger businesses.
Got it. That makes sense. That's really cool. How's the work-life balance and what's your day-to-day like?
Yes, the work-life balance is fantastic, and it's all dependent on when your clients are responding and when they're able to make meetings. So for me, I work on East Coast hours, and my clients usually are able to meet between the hours of 9 to 5. I usually never work late. I don't have anything to do after clients are off, so I am off whenever the clients are off. And the work-life balance is really great. You know, I can leave during the middle of the day to go to a doctor's appointment. I can set my own hours. I can move meetings around that are both internal and external. And I don't think I work any more than 40 hours on any given week, 35 to 40 hours. So it's a pretty good balance.
Cool. Are there like busier seasons? You know what I mean? Like for me, there's like a huge few months where it's super busy. Do you find it busier like towards quarter end or etc.?
Yes. So for my role, we have quotas that you have to meet on a quarterly basis. So I would say that at the end of every quarter is what I would consider my busy season, because I will have to make sure that I'm hitting my quotas and I am able to reach my attainment. But I wouldn't say that it's too busy compared to any of the rest of the time of the year. It's just that if I'm pacing myself correctly through the quarter, then I should be on track to hit my goals by the end of it.
Is your job mostly remote or are there in-person parts?
So my job is mostly remote. We are encouraged to go into the office once a week, but my team is based in Europe and my manager is also based overseas. So it's really up to me to decide if I want to work at home or go into the office.
What do you find to be the most challenging part of your job?
I think the most challenging part of my job is the part that I can't control. So right now, there's a lot of layoffs going on with other companies. The economy is not doing as well. And, you know, we're really prepping to head into a recession. And because of this, it affects my job in that a lot of our clients are not don't have the budgets to renew their contracts, or they don't have the budget to purchase upgrades or additional packages. So it really constrains my job, and it's something that's totally out of my control. There's nothing really I could do about it. But however, there's also other ways I can go around it by working with the clients in other capacities to fill up that budget that I need to hit. But I think another challenging part of the role is that you have to have the timing correct. So if you're reaching out to clients and they operate on a physical year instead of, you know, the calendar year, it's really up to you to know when their budgets are available and to catch them at the right moment so they'll be available for any of the projects that you're proposing.
Last question. So,
Yes.
What do you wish you had known before going into this field? If any.
That's a good one. I think something that people are really turned off by sales is that they feel like you have to be an extrovert. You have to be really Wolf of Wall Street-esque, and, you know, you have to be very fake and car salesman, you know, type of personality. And I just don't think that is the case. Now that I'm in the field, there's a lot of people that have a lot of different selling strategies. And you can have introverts, you can have extroverts, people who are not necessarily client-facing people are in this role all the time, and they succeed doing what works for them. And I think that's definitely something that I was really concerned about when coming into this role, because I feel like I'm not a very people person. I didn't want to speak to clients all the time. And now that I'm in this role, I feel like it's just like any other job where you have to speak with your internal team, and then sometimes you have external meetings. It's not and it's set up in a structure that you're not the only person that you rely on for the sales job. You have a lot of other people that you can depend on for help and guidance. So with this sales role, I feel like any personality type can have this role and succeed in it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I know you really like your job, and I really like your job too.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to be vague, but also not vague. But my job is very confusing if you don't know anything about it. So
No, I get you. I've talked to you like 3 times or 4 times to like kind of get the gist of it, but there's a lot of layers to unravel.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. It's like you sell things, but people are like, what do you sell? What do you even do? I don't know what I do. I just talk to clients.
Yeah, no, for sure. Wasn't that super fun? My friend, that was very insightful. So if you're interested in learning more about this, I recommend you to go Google client partnerships or go on LinkedIn and search these kind of jobs. There's also a similar term. Sometimes they're called account managers. So you can look into those, or like account associates, but basically it's that kind of realm. And obviously in sales, the highest paying, obviously pay is super important. So the highest paying roles are specifically in tech sales. So look into those, because I don't know, this might branch out a whole new industry that you might be interested in, because that definitely did for me. Yeah, so the career series are back. I know I've been slacking and I'm sorry, but I was just really busy. We're currently at 499 subscribers, by the way. We're one away from 500, and it's really, yeah, no, I just refreshed. It's still 499. Check it out. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining this journey. It's very exciting. I'm so glad I'm so glad you're here, and I can't wait to share the next year with you guys. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.